Hi there, and welcome back to the Lisa Nichols Show, where I share the tools that we all want and we all need to achieve the life that we say we want to achieve. You know, so many times I read your comments and I sit in bed and I read your comments and all I can hear myself saying is, oh yeah. And I love it. So Yvette, I love it when you were looking at the episode about how to ignite your internal flame. And you really got sis, the distinction that says selfish and self-care are not the same thing. BOL, meaning breakthrough out loud. Yeah, when you get that self-care is not being selfish. As a matter of fact, Yvette, you understood that self-care is being responsible to the future that you say you want. That this is not a race. This, by far, is a marathon. And I gotta tell you, J. Lori 03, I so love your comment. You were talking about referring to the episode of disrupting your standard to break through to the next level. One of my favorite topics. I think I'm gonna do a whole series on the power and necessity of disruption. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. You said that this video inspired me to take an internal look at what's actually stopping me from building and creating my own personal care business. Right, like we look at all the forces, I put that in quotes, forces out there. My children, my relationship, my job, lack of money. And really, the very first thing that stops us is our mindset. So for you to say, J. Lori 03, your internal, what are the internal things that are stopping you? That's powerful. Because once you manage that conversation, that limiting belief conversation, that I'm not sure how it's going to be, the fear of failure or the fear of success or the fear of ... whatever that thing is, when you begin to manage that, man, you become a force to be reckoned with. You know, intuition is one of those things that I get asked so many times about because it's an unseen, because it's something that's not screaming at you, because you can't touch it. We often question it. Intuition is your internal GPS system, or as I like to call it, my internal God placement system, GPS. It's that navigation on feeling, thought, and belief. The number one thing that I say that helps you follow your intuition is to first set your standard of your belief system. What's your principle? What do you stand for? Not what are you doing, but what do you stand for? My grandmother says that your life is finite, but your legacy is infinite. So what is your legacy? I know that sounds crazy because you're not dead, but while you're alive is the best time to define your legacy. Like, how about you write the story that you want to be told about you right now? You know, I was having lunch with a gentleman from a major casting company. He had asked me out so that this casting company can look at representing me. They saw me in The Secret and they were really impressed, and he was telling me all these things he could do for me. And I stopped him in the middle of the sentence and I said, "Sir, do you know what you want your legacy to say?" And he goes, "Well, no, I haven't thought about that." I said, "Well, I have. And my legacy, I want to say these things about me. So I'm not sure about this opportunity that you're presenting to me, but unless it's in alignment with the legacy that I'm writing, it's not a fit." He abruptly stopped the meeting, threw some money on the table and excused himself, abruptly. And about an hour later, he called me back, sounded like he was congested. And he said, "Miss Nichols, I pulled over on the side of the road on my way back to my office and I began to sob." He said, "I'm 37 years old and all I've thought about is making money. I've made over $3 million for my family and I, but I have no idea what I want my legacy to be for myself nor my 2 children." He said, "I'm not sure whether we can help you, serve you, be for you what you need, but I can tell you forever changed my life." He never called back. We didn't do business, and I was okay with that. When you look at your intuition, your internal GPS system, Allow it to guide you in the direction of what you want to be told about your life, who you want to be remembered as. Again, I know I'm killing you off, but if we can write your legacy now, then the rest is easy. You're making decisions, business and otherwise, in alignment with who you want to be remembered as. So either you're stepping toward that description or you're stepping away from that description. You're never just stagnant. And so listen to that space. But here's the thing about hearing your intuition. You have to grab the volume of your negative chatter and turn it down. It's gonna come up. What if? It always starts with what if? What if? And then you simply give it space. Don't try to push it away. Go, thank you. Thank you. Now let me hear my gut. Let me hear the intuition, because it's always speaking to you, but it doesn't yell at you. Your chatter yells, your intuition whispers. And so you have to give yourself the type of peace and quiet. And that doesn't mean you sit still in a certain position for 30 minutes. It doesn't mean that at all. But it does mean in the shower, you spend an extra 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and you take a deep breath and you push every other thought away and you ask the question, how do I want to be remembered? What do I want my life to mean? What do I want today to bring? How can I show up and show people who I really am today? Not for the rest of my life, today. What decision in my personal life or in my business life is in complete alignment with the man, the woman that I want to become? It doesn't have to be difficult. It simply has to be consistent. You have to develop the muscle. It won't happen perfectly tomorrow because the muscle is in atrophy. You still have to build the muscle of that stillness. We're so busy, being busy, that there's no space for our internal GPS system to talk to us. And after a while, it just goes, well, whatever. When she stops running around, when he stops moving so fast, I'll engage. But when you begin to get still and say, talk to me, it never goes anywhere. It's yours. It's allocated only to you. And when you listen, your intuition will show up. I have to tell you, some of the worst decisions of my life, the worst, that cost me tons of money, or even worse than the money, cost me my joy and my peace of mind and caused me shame, were when I heard my intuition speak and I chose to listen to my chatter in my head. I'm still in the journey. I'm still learning. Some days, most days, I'm attached to my intuition, and some days my chatter kicks in and just course correct and press reset. So as we all listen to it more, I believe that we become more available to the greatest version of ourselves. But more importantly, we become better connected to each other. Because where your intuition lives, there is no religion. There is no status quo. There is no social level or distinction. There is no cultural change. Where our intuition lives, in that place of our solar plex, in that place of our internal divinity, that place that drives us to the greatest version of ourselves, man, that's where humanity exists. I know that for some that might sound a little odd, but I'm okay with sounding odd if that brings out the best of me. And if bringing out the best of me can help support and facilitate out the best of you, weird is really freedom. Go tap into that intuition and see where it takes you. I can't wait to witness. Remember, this is not a monologue. This is a dialogue. It's important that I hear from you. Your comments mean everything when you look at this video and when you look at the episodes and when you get value. I want to know what you think. What was the aha for you from this particular episode? When do you realize, yeah, I'm not listening to my intuition? Or, hey, I follow my intuition and this happened. I want to hear. I want to hear what came up for you. Like, yes, oh my God, I forgot that. Or, I didn't know that. And now that I know that, here's what I'm going to do. So listen, I got to tell you about me. I love action steps. You want to make me super, super excited? Please tell me, based on this, here's what I'm going to do now. I love action, because action is a thing that's going to take you from where you are to that place of bliss and joy and peace of mind and radical success that you've always wanted to be at. That's what it's going to do. I want to hear your comments. Please comment below. Let me know what's happening for you. Let me know how it's impacting you. And then always, 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 look for more amazing, soul-stirring content in the future, and invite your friends to join. Share, 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 share. Listen, you don't want to be anywhere by yourself, so invite your tribe to join you here. This is your community. This is your tribe. I'm your sister, and we always welcome you. And every time I part you, yes, I'm going to say, I believe in you and I love you. Why? Because I do. I'll see you real soon. Now go. Listen to it, hear it, and then respond accordingly. Until next time.